If you were tasked with correctly naming the companies the following mascots represented, do you think you could do it? Let's give it a try. We'll start with a few easy ones. That's Ronald McDonald, Sonic the Hedgehog, and the Trix Rabbit. Now, what about this? What company do you think this is from? Just throw anything out there. He's got an N on his chest. Nike or NASCAR, maybe News Corp? Would you be surprised to learn that this possibly half-human, half-rabbit pervert was the official mascot for Domino's Pizza from 1986 to 1995? The purpose of mascots are to create familiarity with products that they are associated with. Since the minds of children are impressionable, they end up latching onto that association very quickly, as seen in this clip from Super Size Me back in 2004.
Who is it?
McDonald.
What does he do?
He works at McDonald's. I love the pancakes.
When it comes to Domino's, I'm not really sure why they would even need a mascot. And even if they did, why the fuck would it be this? I mean, why not make it a pizza? I mean, because that's what you sell. Created by the advertising agency Group 243 in 1986, the Noid actually became a successful corporate mascot, but the Noid's purpose was a bit unclear. Like, he hated when you got your pizza hot and fresh. He didn't want to eat it, he didn't want to steal it or rob the pizza guy. His whole purpose in life was to fuck up your pizza. During this time, Domino's was still running its 30 minutes or less guarantee, which, if you didn't know, was a guarantee that you'd get a hot and fresh pizza within 30 minutes of placing your order.
With the Domino's Pizza Guarantee. We guarantee your pizza will be delivered within 30 minutes, or you get $3 off your order.
Pizza dude's got 30 seconds.
This promise led to the reckless driving of its delivery drivers and lawsuits against the company for traffic accidents and injuries, because of course it would. Domino's claimed their pizzas were Noid-proof, and in order to avoid the Noid, you better order from Domino's. I guess Domino's had better packaging. I'm not really sure what they were trying to say. If the look of the Noid is familiar to kids of the 80s and 90s, it may be because it shares some similarities with the popular California Raisins, created by Will Vinton Studios. The claymation was actually pretty top-notch and was absolutely the right choice to bring this disgusting character to life. While searching for more information about the Noid, maybe like his backstory, his history, like what kind of story did Domino's create for the Noid? And I couldn't really find much. I did find a Noid wiki, and it says that he is canonically Floridian. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense. He also is very big gay with Mike. Okay, well, I personally think Mike could do better. The strangest thing about the Noid was that it wasn't exactly aimed at children. At least I don't feel like it was. Yeah, he has the look of a cartoon character. He made awful noises that kids would be attracted to, but I don't know. Domino's was never really a place that you would associate with children or families, at least in the traditional sense, like Pizza Hut, Burger King, or even Taco Bell. Domino's was a place you'd either pick your pizza up from or get it delivered.
Just slip it down here.
There was no sit-down style experience like Pizza Hut or an animatronic jug band led by a mouse like Charles Entertainment Cheese. Domino's just really had no appeal outside of its product. Although in 1988, a Saturday morning cartoon series called The Noids was planned by CBS, but the series was scrapped amid complaints that it was merely an advertising ploy and not a show for children.
Make Grimlock laugh.
Yeah, okay, sure. Perhaps that's why the Noid was pushed so hard by Domino's. There was a demographic they weren't targeting in the traditional ways, with playgrounds and kids' meals. Domino's needed to market their abomination not just in commercials, but as toys as well. And for some strange reason, a Nintendo game called Yo Noid. Yo Noid was released for the Nintendo Entertainment System in March of 1990 by Capcom. Yes, that Capcom. Hey, why don't we take this ugly motherfucker here, pixelate him, and then make him the star of his own video game? The plot of the game was actually the complete opposite of the Noid's purpose. There's a fake Noid called Mr. Green, and he's causing trouble all over the Big Apple, terrorizing its citizens. And it's up to the regular Noid to stop him. A character known for causing mischief and terrorizing people and destroying pizzas now has to stop another guy. He doesn't want competition, I guess. There's other fake Noids that challenge you to pizza eating contests at the end of certain levels, and it involves math and using cards like a hot sauce card to keep your opponent from eating more pizzas. You'd think you just tap A and B. Why not just do that? Because as a kid, I didn't really understand the concept of how to beat these dudes, so I never really made it that far in the game. And playing it 25 years later, I see it was math. Like, it's not that hard. But the other reason why I didn't make it that far in the game is because the game implements that frustrating one hit and you're dead mechanic. Look, you've got a game that is based on a character from a pizza franchise. Give me, I don't know, a life bar that I need to keep filled with, I don't know, pizza slices? Maybe? The Ninja Turtles did it. I don't understand why Yo Noid can't. This game absolutely sucks dog farts. The controlling is like super awkward. The graphics are nausea-inducing, and the music it's just music. It's garbage. For some reason, as a kid, I thought this was the epitome of video game high art, combining my absolute love of pizza to my other love of using a yo-yo as a weapon and combining them together in one game. I was dumb. For some dumb reason, the game is now selling for $600 on eBay right now in real people money. Why? According to financial records, Domino's hit some hard times in the midst of running the Noid campaign. By 1993, the Domino's empire had seen a 4.3% decline in sales, only making $2.2 billion that year. Aw, poor guys. Fuck billionaires. I said it. Now look, this probably had nothing to do with the Noid and more to do with previous financial excesses. Look, I didn't really want to go that much further into finding out why Domino's Pizza lost, billions in revenue over the course of 8-10 years, because I don't care that much. It's easier to blame the Noid. I mean, I would blame the Noid. Who wouldn't? Like, everybody hates him. The Noid would soon find himself relegated to the dustbin of history because of one man named Kenneth Lamar Noid. On January 30th, 1989, Kenneth Noid walked into a Domino's Pizza in Atlanta, Georgia, with a loaded .357 Magnum revolver and took 2 employees hostage. A paranoid schizophrenic, Noid believed that Domino's Pizza founder Tom Monahan had created the Avoid the Noid campaign specifically to persecute him. Unable to shake his belief that Domino's had created the Noid to ridicule him, Kenneth Noid spent 3 months in a mental institution and eventually ended his life in 1995. For better or worse, this marked the end and the eventual retirement of the Noid. Making only a few brief reappearances over the past 25 years, the world mostly moved on from God's mistake and enjoyed relative peace and quiet. But as of April of this year, it appears that the Noid has announced his triumphant return via Twitter, and he somehow manages to look even fucking worse. Ugh. He's so slick looking. Ugh. This return also includes an appearance in the mobile game Crash Bandicoot on the Run with the psychotic pizza pounder as a mini-boss. Will the next generation embrace the Noid lovingly, hailing him as the king of the fast food mascots, or will his personality and antics be seen as trying too hard to appeal to the youth, even though the shit he does is literally what you see on TikTok? Right? I guess we'll have to wait and see, but as for me, I am going to continue to avoid the Noid. Oh, I used it. If you like this video, why not give it a like and maybe throw a comment below if you remember the Noid, or if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Did you hate that Yo Noid Nintendo game? It is the absolute worst. Also, if you like this video on weird 90s mascots, you might enjoy my other video on one of the biggest pop culture phenomenons of the 90s, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Check it out up there. And thank you for checking out I Miss the 90s. I'm your host, Mike O'Connor. I'm out.